Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. I'm Vidya and in today's video I'm going to talk about everything that I do to take care of my little baby boy's skin. A few of you have requested for this video, but I was hesitating to do this because I was still trying to figure out what was working for him and what wasn't. Vikrant just turned 11 months old and I can finally say that we have a skincare routine that is working well for us. Of course, we are going to try new things and see if something works even better. But for now, I'm kind of happy with what we're doing. So I thought I'd share this with you. Before I begin, I should tell you that I will be mentioning a few products that I like and I'm using throughout this video. But before you make any changes to your baby's skincare routine, you should always do a patch test. So take a little bit of any new product and test it on their arm or on their leg. Leave it for a few minutes and wash it off and watch for the next 24 hours if there's any adverse reaction. If everything looks okay, only then go ahead with using this product. This is applicable to any new product that you try for your baby, be it natural or synthetic, because even natural products are not suitable for all skin types. Like Vikrant has always had really dry skin ever since he was born. I think he gets it from me, but his skin has been extremely dry. So most of the things that I do for his skin are just to keep it moisturized. So if you have a baby that has dry skin, you'll probably relate to my skincare routine, I guess. So I'm going to be talking about three things: massage, bathing and moisturizing. Like every Indian mom, I do massage my baby with oil before I give him a bath every day, and I try to stay away from baby oils or any kind of synthetic oil blends because they tend to have mineral oil in them, and that is really not good for your skin. So I try to be as natural, use as natural as possible oils, and preferably extra virgin cold pressed organic oils. So I use coconut oil and almond oil for Vikrant, and I alternate between these two. They both have their own benefits. They are both extremely good for your skin. I use both of them because one is very light, coconut oil, and almond oil is kind of a heavier oil. So I found that using a combination of these two has worked best for his skin. I have been using coconut oil on my own skin whenever I get a rash or an allergic reaction. I always use coconut oil and it clears it right up. So I love that. It has a lot of healing properties, I think. Similarly, almond oil, I think almond oil gets absorbed into the deeper layers of your skin and kind of moisturizes it even better. So I have been loving almond oil for many years now. In fact, it's the only thing that I use for my face. So the almond oil that I use is this one by Hamdard. It's called Roghan Badam Shirin, 100% pure sweet almond oil. I have been using this particular brand for I think more than 10 years, and it is the only thing I use for my face. So I'm in total love with this, and this is the only oil I use for Vikrant as well. I have tried other brands, many years ago, but I found this one is the best for my skin. And for coconut oil as well, I try to use organic extra virgin cold pressed. Here in the US, I'm using this brand by Costco. It comes in like a big tub and it lasts a long while, so I like that. When I was in India, I used coconut oil by Max Cure. I'll leave a link down below. That has been really good as well. I think it's the purest coconut oil that I could find in India. Now moving to bath time, I think his bath is where I experimented with the most number of products because again I wanted to be as natural and safe as possible. And when I was pregnant, I made a long list of chemicals that I wanted to avoid when it comes to baby products. I'll share that list with you down the line if you're interested. But the most important ones were parabens and SLS. SLS is sodium lauryl sulfate, which is a detergent and which causes allergies if your skin is exposed to it for a long time. So with a lot of consideration, I chose Shea Moisture for his body and Mustela shampoo for his head when he was a newborn. And Shea Moisture is really good because it has a lot of natural ingredients and not a lot of synthetic ones. So I wanted it to work for him really badly, but it was very drying. Even though I chose the one with olive oil in it, it wasn't as moisturizing as I would like for his skin. So I used Shea Moisture on some days, and on others I used a homemade mixture with powdered oats. So just rolled oats, I would powder them in a blender and add a pinch of besan or chickpea flour and some water. On days that he was extremely dry, my mom would add a little bit of malai or fresh cream into it and then apply it all over his body, leave it on for a few minutes and wash it off. This was the most gentle for his skin, so his skin would always feel nice and soft after we use this homemade mixture. But on some days where we would need a little bit more cleansing, once in every 2 or 3 days, I think we would use the Shea Moisture body wash. And for his head, as a newborn, I used the Mustela shampoo. That worked really well. And of course, he has had his head shaved recently, so I just use the body wash right now. I no longer use Shea Moisture because, like I said, it's very drying, and my doctor recommended Cetaphil for him, so this is what I'm using now. I've had to compromise a little bit on being natural. This still doesn't have all the harmful chemicals, but it is still synthetic. But this is again very gentle on his skin, and it doesn't aggravate his dryness. So I've been using this for him right now, along with the homemade oats mixture. So on let's say every 2 or 3 days, I switch it up. On some days I use the body wash, and on some days I use the oats mixture. And even the body wash, I put some on a little washcloth like this and rub it in the washcloth and then apply it on his body. I do not let the soap come into contact with his skin directly. I only apply it once it has lathered a little, if you know what I mean. And lastly, I want to talk about moisturizing. Vikrant has really dry skin, so I try to moisturize his skin as soon as he comes out of his bath. If you have really dry skin, you probably already know that if you moisturize your skin within 3 minutes of taking a shower, you lock in the moisture and your lotion or cream works best. So I followed the same thing for Vikrant as well. So for the first 6 months, I stayed away from any lotions or creams, and I just used either coconut oil or almond oil again. So the same thing that I used for his massage. So the first 6 months, the routine was something like this. I would give him a massage with either coconut oil or almond oil, leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes, and take him into his bath and bathe him with either the oats mixture or Shea Moisture body wash. And if I'm washing his hair that day, I would use the Mustela shampoo. And after his bath is done, I would pat him dry and use a few drops of the coconut oil or almond oil and rub it all over his body. That was the routine for the first 6 months. And after 6 months, his skin was still dry, and so I talked to his doctor, and I was a little bit okay with introducing a lotion or something because he was still having dry skin. So the doctor recommended Cetaphil. So this is the lotion that I'm using now. This is the Cetaphil Baby Eczema Calming Lotion. Even though he does not have eczema, I've noticed that the eczema lotion is actually more moisturizing than the regular one. And it is synthetic, but it does not have those harmful chemicals that I was talking about earlier. So I don't have much of a problem with using this for now. So after his bath, I apply this lotion all over him before he gets completely dry. If I forget, I do it later in the day, and sometimes I moisturize twice a day if he has dry skin on his legs. I've noticed that his legs and the top of his arms are where he gets dryness the most. So this routine has been working out really well for us, and he does not have that dry skin anymore. Once in a while it'll get dry, but for most part his skin is nice and soft. So I'm quite happy with this routine, but also I'm open to new ideas. So if you have something that is working well for your baby, please let me know in the comment section. So that is my baby's skincare routine at 11 months old. I hope you found this useful, and like I said before, if you're doing anything new to your baby's skin, do a patch test and wait at least 24 hours and see if there's any reaction, and only then continue on using it. And I'll see you in my next video. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video if you found it useful, and I'll see you next time. Until then, you take care. Bye.